Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, welcome, and I would like to just introduce myself. I'm Stormy Styles of Pink and Natural Hair Company. I am the owner and hairstylist at Pink and Natural. Okay. All right, so today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to transition from a braider to a hair extension specialist. I get this question a lot from people who are braiders, from some of my students and everything, and they are primarily braiders, natural stylists, and everything, but they want to get into hair extensions. And so I'm going to give you 6 suggestions on how to do this so that you can work less and make more. All right? That's the key. We're going to work smarter, not harder. All right? So, the first suggestion for how to transition from being a braider to a hair extension specialist is number one, you can offer traditional sew-ins. If you already are a braider, then I'm pretty sure that you can cornrow hair, especially if you do children's hair. Then, if you have a lot of children as your clients and everything, I'm sure that you are not ripping their scalps out. So that is actually a really good skill to have, because a lot of people are concerned about sew-ins because they can be so painful. So basically, when they're getting their hair braided, the braider's braiding too tight, then they're sewing the thread on too tight and everything, and then they have the weight from the tracks and everything, so it just causes so much tension on their hair, and the next thing you know, they don't want to get anymore. It's so uncomfortable, and then they have premature shedding and breakage and everything from all the tension. But if you are the type of braider that can braid where it's not that uncomfortable and it's pain free for your clients, that's a plus plus. So, you can begin to add on traditional sew-ins where you are able to showcase your extension styling techniques. So that's one way. The other way is to take a microlinks training. Right now, microlinks are one of the most phenomenal ways to, style black hair, natural hair, any type of hair texture, so that you can have flexibility, you can wear it for a long period of time, and everything. So microlinks are like beneficial in so many different ways. So you have different categories of microlinks. You have eye tips, braidless sew-ins, threadless, invisible, which is also known as the invisible bead method. You have the hidden bead method, so many different ways that you can install microlinks on your clients. And the beautiful thing about microlinks is that if you are able to gain several different techniques, that's more money for you in your pocket. So if someone comes in and they're not a candidate for eye tips, then because their hair might be too thin, it might be transparent when you put the eye tips in and everything, then you can offer them a braidless sew-in. If they have damaged areas sometime on top, if it's really fine on top and they can't handle the double track of the braidless sew-in, you could do a single track braidless sew-in on top. Or you can also use the threadless method, where you are, using a single track, but it's not too full, and therefore, it has a nice blending of the hair on top. Then you also have tape-ins. Tape-ins kind of fall under their own category. They're not really microlinks, but you also have tape-ins that you can offer. That's another way where you can, offer high-end services that will have you in the shop a little less and making more money in a shorter period of time. The next way, number three, is you can also learn how to install closures and frontals. These techniques are like not going anywhere. micro links, sew-ins, closures, frontals. I know there's a shortage on the lace and everything right now. The prices have increased, with some of them, but they're still available and people still like to get them. Some people get them because they have damaged hair. Some people get them because they have alopecia. They don't have any hair at all. And some people just like to wear them when they want to get their hair rest, or they want to get a different look, or they want color and they don't want to damage their hair with the color. So, adding closures and frontals into your the sewing category is a great way to also increase your revenue working in a shorter period of time as well. And if you're a colorist, that's a beautiful thing, because then that's going to increase your money even more, because who doesn't love color extensions? I know I do, even though I don't have them in right now, but I love them. Okay. Number 4, you can add wigs to your menu. Wigs are a great way to supplement your income in so many different ways. If you can learn how, you can make wigs by hand, which takes a little while, or you can make wigs on a sewing machine. I teach wigs on the sewing machine. I teach microlinks. I teach sew-ins. I teach just about anything that has to do with hair extensions. But if you're making wigs on a sewing machine, then you are decreasing the amount of time that it takes to make the wig. So on the average, a closure wig may take you, if you're sewing a closure on by hand, maybe about 90 minutes. Some people can do it like in an hour and everything. Just really all depends. Some people sew the closure on by with the sewing machine and everything. I haven't mastered that yet, so big up to those girls that's killing it with sewing the closures on with the sewing machine. So I do mine by hand because I still could get the placement right on that and everything. So so that's another way. Wigs are a great way. I could talk about wigs. I could talk about extensions like forever. But definitely wigs as well are a great thing to add to your menu. Number 5 is another way to transition from being a braider to a hair extension specialist is don't be afraid to rebrand yourself from a braider to an extension specialist, whether that be on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Google. Of course, you want to be on Google, because a lot of people that find me on Google do not go to Instagram or Facebook. They go straight to Google and bam, So that's a whole nother story that I could get into, at a later time. Google is a whole nother animal with just, posting your business on, Google My Business and everything. But you're going to have to rebrand yourself. If you want to transition from braiders, everybody knows you as a braider, then, they got to get to know you as a hair extension stylist. So that's going to be a process within itself that you can do. Basically on documentation and everything. So that leads me to my next point, which is number 6. Don't go cold turkey. You do not want to go cold turkey just because you rebranded. Continue your current clients, because you need to make money, right? You need to continue to make money. So continue your current braid clients until you are able to do extension clients, as a whole and everything. However, it is up to you. If you don't want to stop all your braid clients altogether. It's your choice, because that's a good way to supplement your income. So, going into hair extensions is more of a luxury service. Sew-ins are great. Sew-ins are styles that people are coming in. They'll call you and they want to walk in to get the sew-ins done and everything. So it's kind of like a high-end walk-in service. But when you get into microlinks and wigs and everything like that, that's a little more of luxury, elite level and everything like that. So they're really popular, but they still fall under a luxury, elite category with the cost and everything. So 1 week you can have you can make out good doing 2 microlink clients. You can probably meet your quota and everything. So you have the potential to make anywhere between $500 to $1,000 a day. With microlinks, if you are making $1,000 a week now and everything, then you can probably pull that off in a day or two, depending on how many clients you make. You can't take a whole bunch of clients when you have microlinks, because the minimum time microlinks takes is 5 hours. Our tips is going to be about 8 to 9 hours, depending on the client and how much hair they have and how much hair they want to have installed. So you can, who's it? Hey Jay. Hey, who's that? Renita. Hi, Renita Shine. Hey, what's up, y'all? So, the microlinks, you're not going to be able to take a lot of clients, but on the days that you don't have, hair extension clients, then you can definitely, supplement your income with braid clients or other services. Like mainly the way that I supplement for my hair extension clients are doing wigs or doing silk press, and everything in between. I have silk press packages where, my clients, they could come, they could get a silk press, they could get a steaming treatment, they can get a hemp seed, a hot oil treatment, which is a curl softener, so that their hair, combats against humidity a little stronger. It doesn't stay permanently straight, but it softens your curl a little bit. Kind of like similar to what the Jerry curl did back in the day, but without the chemicals and everything. So it stretches your curl, but without any chemicals and everything. So your hair always reverts back to its natural curl. So that's what I have in my hair and stuff, because I like my hair to be natural, but I like to wear it straight most of the time. So those are different ways that I supplement my income when it's a little slower. Not really slow, but just like, the rotation of my clients coming in. So they come in, they're getting microlinks, or they're getting a wig or something. I might see them once a month to treat their hair. If they're getting microlinks, they may come every 3 weeks. So between the time that they have to get their hair maintenance to get it moved up, they're getting basic maintenance of getting it washed and shampooed and styled. Hey, Alois, this is my cousin. Hey, Alois. They're getting it washed and they're getting it styled in between and everything. So of course that cost is not as much as an install and everything. And you don't want to really get into the habit of just doing installs and then your clients can't get their hair maintenance, because then that starts to decrease your client rotation and stuff, because they'll be running around looking for another stylist to do the maintenance, because all you're taking is install. So there has to be like some balance there. So every week is not going to be a big ticket. So once you start to build your extension clientele and everything, you're going to have to find a way. You're going to see which weeks are going to be a little lighter. So maybe like 1 week out the month and everything might be a lighter week. Some weeks you're going to be able to take on new extension clients, some weeks you're not. That's the good thing, is that when you are continuously promoting, when you do have those slow weeks, you have to leave room for consultation. I'm about to give y'all too much information because this is supposed to be a short live and everything, but you can get more information from my webinar. I'm going to have a webinar September 30th and everything, and I'm going to give you all the details on how to become a luxury hair extension boss. Okay? Seriously. Whether you want to do it full time, whether you want to do it part time, the choice is yours. Whether you want to do it at home, whether you want to do it in a salon, it's up to you. So, I think that these 6 points are a good way to start. I'll go over them one more time. Number 1 is on how to transition from a braider to a hair extension specialist. Number 1, offer traditional sew-ins. Number 2, you can take a microlinks training if you don't know how to do microlinks yet, or if you know how to do microlinks, start putting them out there. Like, go hard on promoting them. Now, number 3, learn how to install closures and frontals, especially the glueless way, sew-in, or I know there are sprays and stuff out here, adhesive sprays that can be removed with water and everything, where it doesn't have to be so much glue. But if you know how to glue the frontals down in a way where it doesn't damage the hair and everything, that's even more beautiful, because you want your client to love their hair when they take their extensions out. Number 4 is add wigs to your menu. Number 5, don't be afraid to rebrand yourself from a braider to an extension specialist. And number 6, don't go cold turkey. Remember, you still have to supplement your income while you're transitioning. Okay, so that means, bring on the extension clients, but take your time to build and as you are building your extension clientele. Okay, so if you want more information, you can go to pinkandnatural.com, click on education, and register for my webinar. It's a luxury hair webinar, and I'm going to be giving you even more information about how you can become a luxury hair boss. It's going to be September 30th, and the price, I believe, I think it's $99 now. The early pricing, I think, might be up. So it's $99, but it's going to be way more information than what $99 can get you. Okay, all right. So that's pinkandnatural.com. Click on education and register for my live webinar and get all your questions answered. Okay, see you there.